You never know where the next great idea will come from, but one good place to look was an event underway in San Francisco this week. The TechCrunch Disrupt conference is where scores of innovators share their startup ideas, and some had a very serious purpose, such as saving lives during and after natural disasters. Amidst this smorgasbord of high-tech innovation known as TechCrunch Disrupt San Francisco this week, inventors seek investors who will bankroll their big ideas.
For promotion.
Actor Will Smith dropped 10 grand on Wednesday after hearing about Sesiendo.com, a startup that claims it will help companies with their social media presence.
And I participated in a hackathon.
But Pedro Cruz's DroneAid already had the backing of Big Blue, a.k.a. IBM, long before this conference. His program uses a drone, an onboard computer, and satellite readouts to relay symbols of distress to emergency responders. The inspiration behind it all, Pedro's 82-year-old grandmother, one of thousands of Puerto Ricans in the path of Hurricane Maria back in 2017. Stranded in her home without a phone or assurances from first responders, Pedro set out to find her himself.
When we tried to cross the roads, there was cables down, it was flooded. It
was dangerous.
Yeah, it was very dangerous. So I took my drone with me, and we couldn't reach her, but I was able to fly it around her house. And about in a few seconds, she heard the drone, saw it, and waved. So
only his drone spotted her, but it also gleaned desperate messages from others in need on a basketball court and on roads. Calls for help in painted lettering, assurances even of survival.
So I thought of a way where we could have drones automatically fly in an area right after a disaster, automatically collect those messages, and then report that to first responders. Yeah, and plot those results on a map.
And plot those results on a map.
Yeah.
He took the idea to a hackathon competition a year after Maria hit. What you're discovering is a great idea could come from anywhere?
That's right.
Daniel Crook is the Chief Technology Officer for Call for Code, an international competition sponsored by IBM to use tech to solve some of the world's greatest challenges.
So we find a lot of innovation coming from all over the world, and solutions built for something local, like what Pedro Cruz has built with DroneAid, is something that can be transferred elsewhere in the world.
Pedro was one of more than 180,000 coders from 165 countries who competed last year. He now works for IBM. I mean, when you look around and you're like, oh my God, I'm here because I wanted to help my grandmother.
Yeah, so this all started because I showed up. I showed up at a hackathon, and at that hackathon, I created a solution thinking of her, thinking of the situation that Puerto Ricans had, but also other people around the world who are suffering natural disasters.
Mother necessity. I tell you, I learned something here. Have you guys heard of open source technology software? Something I'd never heard of. Essentially, there is no patent to this. He has offered it to the world. He's hoping others will add to it and make it even better. But this idea of open sourcing is part of this new generation, and it's something that really incorporates sharing of ideas, which I think is really cool.
Creating and collaborating together.
Yeah, three brains are better than one. Five can be
Absolutely.
better than one. What a great idea, and it seems so simple from the start.
Yeah.
Good stuff.